Hello, it's me, Bonefist, Peterborough's first real-life superhero, and today marks the start of our series of how to become an RLSH and what it's about. This is going to be a continuing series. Each video will go a little bit more in depth, but today is just the beginning video, a little guide on starting. A good general rule of thumb, I'd say rule number one is you should be 18 years old before you're heading out into the streets and confronting anyone or doing anything that is a dangerous situation. You don't want to be putting yourself in one of those situations when you're, say, like a 13-year-old. You might have some confidence, but you're going to head out there and you're going to be in a confrontation with some crackhead or something that's 40 years old. It's not going to be a good not going to be a good day for you. You know what I mean? You should definitely be 18 years old before you head out. But that doesn't mean, I don't want to put you down and out, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be training, preparing, make a suit, get armor, get all that ready, and then, so as soon as you turn 18, you're good to go, you can head out and start RLSHing in the real world, outside. I'd say the second rule is to know your laws. And by what I mean by that is, you don't want to be in a place, say, I live in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. Obviously, that's my area. And here, you're not allowed to have any weapons of any kind, all over Canada. And that means I can't take a sword out. I can't take, like a baton. I can't take anything. No weapons at all. The only thing that, literally close to that would be like a flashlight, and it can only go up to a certain length. And you can't use it as a weapon. You can't use anything as a weapon. Only self-defense with your hands, and that would be in a strange situation where I'd be actually defending myself to a full degree, backed into a corner, but it'd be mostly self-defense to escape the situation and try and get away. Never sit and continually fight people. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be in a fight. Never attack someone. Never do any of that. Only I would say only push people, and that's if they're attacking you. They're getting up in your face and they're hitting you, they're punching you or something. That's when you can push back or punch away and then get out of there. Don't continue to keep fighting. Don't let anger get the best of you. That's definitely a good thing. You have to know how to control yourself, be physically and mentally ready. Don't, someone's gonna say something like nice Halloween costume or something. You can't let that get to you. Don't just go start fighting with random civilians on the street because they've said something to you about your costume. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen every day. So don't be discouraged by the people who don't know what's going on or agree or don't you know what I mean. Just continue on and keep doing you. I'd say another good the third-ish point is to have decent armor. Like I've shown in my previous videos, my armor can withstand some pretty decent knife attacks and various other things. I got the neck protector, and soon I'm going to be getting some cut-resistant gloves. We're going to be going in depth with some of that stuff in a future video of armor and gear types. Like I said, self-defense, learn martial arts. I don't really know much. I was in some karate for like a couple months. That was really it, and I know a little bit. I know some self-defense techniques against being stabbed, but most of that you're never really going to use in any situation. That's just preparing, but it's always good to be prepared. You might as well. It's better to know how to protect yourself from a knife than to get stabbed with a knife, unsuspectedly. That's definitely a good point. One of the best points, this next one. Don't take this as a joke. This isn't your chance to take a claim to fame. You're not going to go out on the streets and someone's going to videotape you like Kick-Ass and you'll be on the news in one night. It's not going to happen. Maybe very rarely it could happen, and that's if the first night you go out or something, you happen to literally see someone dying and you save their life. That's going to be a very 1 in a million situation, which I don't think it's going to happen. So don't rely on that. Don't be Don't try to do it for the fame. Do it for the people. Do it for yourself. Not in a bad way. Yourself. Do it to improve yourself as a better person. Get out there and meet the community, and help the community. That's definitely a big one. It's not a joke. Don't think you're just going to go out there and be beating on people, or you're going to lurk in the shadows and you're going to jump out of a bush and attack some guy who just stole a purse or something. It's not the movies. It's real life. There's going to be situations where I'd say 80% of it to 90% of it, even more than that probably, is going to be homeless handouts, just walking around, talking to people, making sure they're okay, making sure they haven't seen any disturbances or anything. never really intervene with anything unless you've called the cops or you know what I mean, like reported it yourself and you feel as though you need to intervene. If some people are just kind of lightly fighting, you know, you could just let it settle, and if it continues to grow up, or you know, to the situation rises, then intervene and say, like, you know, stop. And if they keep going, then try and never touch anyone, but try and get in the middle of it. You know, you might have to absorb a shot from someone who's angry, but it might be worth it to stop some fights. But try not to put yourself in danger is the best way to go, I'd say. It's not about beating people up, like I said. That was just a one I had written down. Be kind, be respectful, you know, welcoming to people. If you go around with like a tough guy face, like you're showing your teeth or something, you know, people are going to be like, who is this guy? You're going to get the cops called on you. You know, don't hang out, or don't not hang out. Don't patrol in like near schools or like banks or anything. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be, don't be sketchy. Don't be like standing out front of the bank. You know what I mean? You're not going to stop any bank robberies. There's no point for you to be just standing in front of a bank, because you're going to get the cops called on you. You're probably going to get, you know, arrested. You shouldn't be doing anything like that. Stay away from, never go into establishments unless you, for some reason, know that person in real life and they know who you are and what you're doing. But even to that certain degree, I wouldn't, because you never know who's going to be like random civilians in that establishment who don't know what's going on. So realistically, never go into any places. Number one, never go near schools, because, you know, it's not that you have any wrong intention, but going near a school with a mask on just doesn't look good. You know what I mean? It's just not a good idea. Definitely a good idea for some of the gear that you should bring is a phone, a wallet. And phone, number one, is so you can report to the police, you know, emergency calls, or you can do that at any time. You don't need any time on your phone. You don't need anything. You can make an emergency call anytime. And that's definitely a good one, a good thing to have. You know, the flashlight on a phone, various other apps could help you in situations. Who knows? A wallet, like I said, so you can show your ID to the police if they do need to ask it. You don't go around without your ID, you know, with a mask on. They're gonna take you to jail. It's gonna happen. You definitely need an ID, and it could be anything. It could be a health card. You know what I'm saying? Something basic, as long as like a photo ID, I'd say probably would be the best. Another good thing is a med kit. I do carry a small kind of med kit. I hope to improve it a bit. It's just basic stuff like some gauze and a little bit of, you know, swabs and stuff. Realistically, if it's anything you're carrying in a med kit, you're not going to be using it for too much of crazy situations. You know, light cuts and stuff. Anything that's big, you're going to be calling an ambulance and doing your best. But it's good to have some medical training. That's another good point that I've kind of missed. You should get into medical training a bit and know some stuff, but never take anything into your own hands. Like, you see someone with a broken leg or something that just got attacked, don't go over there and like pick up his leg and be like, I know what I'm doing, you know, try and leave it to the professionals. You know what I'm saying? If the person needs like water or something, or you can offer them band-aids or something, never go up and put it on yourself. That's definitely a rule of thumb. Never just, you know, bend down and start wrapping some guy's leg. Be like, is it okay if do you need band-aids? If you want, I could maybe wrap it for you, or if they want you to or need you to, then maybe. But most part, I'd stay away from trying to help with any actual injuries. You know, if someone's got a little cut, here's a Band-Aid, bro, you're good to go. You know what I mean? Then they're off. They're smiling. One of the last points is definitely attempt to spread your message. Don't just go up to people and be like, hi, when they ask you like, what are you doing, why are you wearing a costume, just be like, oh, no reason. You know, don't do that. Be very open to what you're doing. Don't never say I'm a vigilante or anything. You do not want to be a vigilante. You're not a crime fighter. You're not taking the law into your own hands. You're simply a community, like a person of the community who chooses to hide their face while they're out here, and, you know, wear a colorful costume is, you know, symbolism towards something greater is what I kind of like to say. And, you know, helping the community, homeless handouts, explain what you're doing. Never just leave it up in the open. Never just ignore people. Try do your best to spread the message, even if they kind of feel like it seems like they don't want to hear it. Just be like, oh, I'm whoever, blah blah, bone fist. You know what I mean, and spread your message. And that's definitely good. And another good point: try and get some team members. More people, the better. It's going to be, one, just more safety more like out on the streets. You know, someone may attack me, like me. I don't have any team members yet. Maybe in the future, but no one's like, it's more likely that someone will attack me in, you know, in resentment for me being a real life superhero, than if I had 5 people with me and, you know, they're all looking out and stuff, you know, keeping an eye out. It's much less likely if there's more people, and it's just better to have other people for different kind of roles, as some people use it as, like some, like a med like a kind of a doctor guy, you know what I mean, a medic. That's what I meant. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Sorry. A medic, you know, like a lookout, the guy that's on the phone, you know, the guy that records everything for evidence. If for some reason the cops needed evidence of something, you could take pictures, disposable cameras, stuff like that. Another good point would be the suit and the different attributes. This is probably the final point. Is to look aesthetically, you know, pleasing. There, like Nameless Crusader has a good way of showing it. The gear paradigm. It's like a stealth, agility, like actual like usefulness of the armor, like its defense, and then like nice lookingness. You know, like how you look to people. And then I forget how it kind of goes. It's definitely a video you should check out. One of his how to be RLS videos. Might leave a link to that. Check that out. But he explains, you know, if your suit could be, you know, big and strong, and, you know, like you could have a massive suit that protects you from like gunshots from like an AK or something, you know, something ridiculous. But you're gonna be you're gonna be a slow moving target. It's not gonna go well. You're going to be very slow. You're not going to be able to run away or run after things, run after crime, or in the opposite way. You know, if you're so light that, you know, you have nothing on you, you're just wearing clothes, someone could just stab you or punch you, and you're going down. And I feel like that's definitely a good thing to note, is to look aesthetically pleasing, to not be scary but still look, you know, cool in a certain degree, and to have enough defense, to not be slow but have enough, like, to not have so much defense that you are slow, I guess. Yeah. Sorry, I'm rambling here. It's getting towards the end of this. But thanks for watching. Check out in the future for more videos where we go in depth on like gear, roles and stuff like that. How to kind of stuff, you know, towards RLSHing. So keep an eye out for that. Check out my previous videos. Comment, share, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.